Alright people, so check this out. I got a new video for you. You see the title, What Scientists Have Discovered in the Grand Canyon. You know, I haven't watched this video yet, so I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know how it's going to be. All I know is I just had to check it out. You know, it sounds mysterious, you know, and there's no telling what they found in the Grand Canyon. And you know, I heard that the Grand Canyon actually is just a crater from a meteor hit, but we're going to have to discover that another day. Let's watch the video. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like and share. Sharing is caring. So please care.
Every year, experts from around the globe discover something new about the world we live in and our past. We've come a long way in unraveling the secrets of past civilizations and the universe that we live in. But there are still a lot of things to find out. From a tomb full of treasure to ancient snacks and animal bones, here are the 15 strangest things recently discovered. Number 15. Tomb full of treasure. In the 19th century, Napoleon's Egyptian campaign sparked the public's interest in Egypt. Archaeologists and scholars gathered in Egypt to learn more about their literature, culture, art, religion, and more. But if there was one thing that caught the entire world's attention, it was the past civilization of ancient Egypt. Europe was swept.
Everybody is always interested in what happened in Europe, in ancient Egypt. Everybody. And what's crazy is the indigenous people who was there could have told you, you know, if y'all didn't run them out. That's a topic for another time. But Egypt has always been a mystery. It's still a mystery today. They're still finding tombs in the what's those pyramids.
Swept off its feet by the enchanting artifacts left behind by the past civilization. Excavations began in.
Can you imagine finding something down there? How much it'll be worth? When they say priceless, they truly mean priceless.
Ancient Egypt, and when the tomb of Tutankhamun was finally revealed to the rest of the world, it became a sensational find. To this day, many expect ancient tombs and graveyards to be filled with treasure and jewelry. But that's not always the case in other places in the world. For this reason, many were incredibly surprised by the discovery made by archaeologists in Romania. While excavating a site near the Baharia commune in Bihor County, the team stumbled upon an unexpected find, a treasure trove that dated back to the Copper Age. They discovered 169 gold rings, about 800 mother-of-pearl beads, and a stunning copper bracelet. The treasures were discovered in an ancient tomb that dated back to approximately 4,000.
That should have been on that one show. What's the name of it? The Curse of Oak Island. They've been looking for treasure for 15 years now.
500 BC. It was an incredibly rare find, and the massive cache intrigued historians and archaeologists. Who did the tomb belong to? How powerful a person were they that they managed to collect an insane stash of treasure at a time when hoards of precious jewelry were rarely kept in Central and Eastern Europe? Archaeologists believe that the tomb belonged to an extremely wealthy woman. This theory was based on the size of the skeleton and the lack of weapons in the tomb. The numerous rings might have also been used to decorate the woman's hair as she was laid to rest for eternity. With this discovery, archaeologists are hoping that there are more unique graves scattered across the continent. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 14. NASA successfully moved an asteroid.
Now, when did that happen?
Millions of asteroids are scattered all across our solar system. These rocks are remnants of the creation of the Sun billions of years ago. Today, asteroids in different shapes and sizes orbit the Sun. Now, you might not have heard of this, but NASA did something incredible in 2022. In 2022, NASA sent a 1,260-pound spacecraft into outer space. Traveling at the incredibly swift speed of 14,000 miles per hour, the spacecraft hit a small asteroid known as Dimorphos. And by small, I mean 525 feet wide. That's comparable to...
That is not small. That is huge. That is really huge.
...to a 50-story building lying horizontally.
Right. That is really huge.
This collision wasn't an accident. It was something NASA intended to do. For the first time ever, they tried to change the trajectory of an asteroid. And guess what? They succeeded. But
you know what movie that sounds like? Remember the movie when they sent the people up there, Bruce Willis and all them, to change that trajectory of the asteroid to save the world? When they had Morgan Freeman, I think was the president. Was he the president on that one? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
But what exactly was the purpose of this mission? Why did NASA send the spacecraft into the universe just to deliberately make them crash? Well, we all know how dinosaurs ceased to exist. It's not really impossible for another disaster to happen. For now, we're only able to change the trajectory of smaller asteroids. And trust me, there are bigger asteroids out there. But there is hope that we will avoid a potential threat in the future. Number 13. Webb Telescope reveals invisible universe. Since we're already on the topic of space exploration, let me tell
If it's invisible, how you gonna reveal it? I'm confused at this one. Let's listen on.
you about another astounding discovery NASA announced recently. The James Webb Space Telescope was utilized by NASA in 2021 to study the earliest stars in our universe.
Now, I was doing another video on James Webb, and he discovered this new black hole. For some reason, that video didn't upload. You gotta wonder why, right? You gotta wonder why. I think the government is on to something. If y'all don't see me, y'all know the government got me.
And to get a glimpse of our past. We've seen amazing space discoveries thanks to NASA's older tools, but the James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST, unveiled something that we've never seen before. The tool was powerful enough to reveal a breathtaking pair of merging galaxies about 270 million light-years away from our planet. It was astounding how the telescope captured the two galaxies right when they were about to form a supermassive black hole. Black holes are voids in the universe where the gravity.
That's the video I was supposed to be uploading. Stay tuned, I'm gonna upload that one too.
Gravitational force is so incredibly strong that even light is unable to escape. With this new discovery, JWST might be able to pave the way for humans to unlock the secrets of the universe. We might not be able to answer all the mysteries of mankind, but we will uncover enough to know our place in the vast universe. Number 12. Rocket junk on the moon. Did you know that there's some questionable stuff up there on the moon? I'm not talking about the many flags
No, I didn't. Do tell.
Up there, but rather something more strange. Like, for instance, a 3-ton piece of rocket. In 2022, scientists claimed that a piece of rocket junk that they have been trying to track for years somehow ended up on one side of the lunar surface. Its origin, however, is unknown.
Oh, really? Now you know that's an exaggeration. Well, it may not be though.
Initially, astronomers thought that the rocket was part of Elon Musk's SpaceX program, but then several believed that it came from China. But this is something that
I go China again. TikTok, all these other viruses, blaming it on China. I don't know. Could be. China name seems to always be up in there.
the country denied. We still don't know where the rocket junk came from, but one thing is for sure, it'll stay on the moon for quite some time. We still don't know if it'll affect the lunar surface, but hopefully it won't have any big impact on Earth. Scientists are also trying to find a way to recover the rocket from the moon's surface. It might take a long time before scientists manage to trace the origin of the rocket. After all, it's incredibly messy to try and
They haven't been able to bring back nothing from the moon but little rocks and space dust. How they gonna remove a 2-ton piece of rocket?
figure out where space junk came from if there's no visible insignia on the part. Number 11. There's a black hole in the heart of our galaxy.
See,
Most people tremble
this is it right here. This was the video I was supposed to be uploading about this. It's a whole nother video, but I'll let this one play.
when they hear about black holes. In mainstream media, black holes are usually portrayed as massive voids that can suck anything into nothingness. Black holes are usually featured in dystopian and apocalyptic stories, but the way they're described is often exaggerated. While it's true that black holes are voids in the universe, they're not really something that appears out of nowhere to destroy several planets at a time. In reality, black holes are actually areas in the universe where a massive amount of matter, 10 times bigger than our solar system's sun, is squeezed into. Just imagine the universe as a sheet, and you place an incredibly heavy ball in the middle. This object is massive enough that it can bend space and ensure that anything that comes across it will never surface again.
Ever. Remember that movie, Event Horizon and all of them? Y'all gotta watch some of these old shows and these old movies. I'm gonna start doing movies on here, movie nights.
Now, before I tell you more about the black hole at the heart of the Milky Way, there's really nothing you should worry about, at least for now. In 2022, we managed to capture a photo of the black hole in the middle of our galaxy. How cool is that? This is an incredibly hard feat to accomplish because, as I've mentioned, light shouldn't be able to escape these dense voids. They're practically invisible. Before researchers managed to obtain a single photo, hundreds of people needed to collaborate together. This goes to show just how important and significant
it is hundreds of times bigger than our sun. Once that's in the galaxy, it's a wrap.
Single photo of a black hole is. Number 10. Mysterious handprint.
Oh yeah, I remember when I made that handprint. Yeah, that's mine.
Earlier this year, archaeologists were baffled by the discovery of a mysterious carved handprint in Jerusalem. The handprint was discovered by workers of an infrastructure project on Sultan Suleiman Street. It was carved into a dry moat that once surrounded the vicinity of the old city about 1,000 years ago. During its prime, the structure was about 30 feet deep and about 22 feet wide. It was meant to prevent invaders from infiltrating the old city's walls, and none of the locals dared to linger around it. Unlike moats across Europe, the one that once surrounded the old city.
So you gotta wonder, stuff like that lasts for millions of years. Well, at least thousands of years. But yet houses today fall down in an instant. Let a good wind come by, it's gone. We need to learn how they built their stuff.
Was dry and not filled with water. However, it was enough to deter invaders. After all, there was no point in trying to climb up the formidable complex. If they somehow managed to do so, they would be significantly delayed. Their decreased speed would be enough to get them noticed by the guards on standby. If invaders were seen trying to get across, people inside the city would hurl stones and other objects at them. And so, the origin of the handprint is considered to be a mystery to this day.
That was somebody trying to climb.
Where did the handprint come from? Could it be something left behind in an accident? Perhaps someone fleeing from danger an entire millennia ago left behind the handprint. However, there's also a
How you gonna leave behind a handprint in rock though? It would have to be somebody would have to stand there and hold it and then chip around it.
Chance that it was simply made by a local many years ago. Perhaps this handprint will forever be shrouded in mystery. Number 9.
And I'm not gonna go at this. Make this the last one, and then I'll do this in like sections because I don't want to do the entire thing. For one, my battery on my camera may die. I don't want that to happen.
5,000-year-old whale skeleton. About 7.5 miles inland of Samut Sakhon, west of Bangkok, Thailand, experts stumbled upon a surprising discovery. Near the water were the perfectly preserved remains of
Look at this. Look at this.
A marine creature. It was astounding that more than half of the creature's body remained intact. Overall, the remains measured almost 40 feet long. It has about 19 vertebrae, 5 ribs, a shoulder blade, and fins. The locals were incredibly horrified to discover the remains of the unknown creature. After all, its remains looked like something out of a nightmare. But after careful analysis, experts revealed that the remains belonged to a bride's whale. What's more astounding is the fact that the creature lived between 3,000 and 5,000 years ago. Bride's whales are creatures that are blue-gray in color. They're often intimidating because of the many scars covering their bodies, which are caused by parasites and cookie-cutter sharks that repeatedly try to bite them. Today, their numbers are slowly dwindling.
But yet they're still alive today. Something that lasted, that was born, that was roaming the seas 3,000 or 5,000 years ago is still alive today. So you think things like Bigfoot, stuff like that cannot be still here?
And they prefer to stay about 50 feet beneath the ocean surface. This species is among the few that thrive in warm waters. For this reason, they're also known as tropical whales, as they like staying in areas of the ocean where temperatures are 15 degrees Celsius or higher. Number 8. The bed.
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off right there. I'll let that one be the last one. Hey, if y'all like this video and like the videos that I'm putting up, just let me know. Because I'm just trying something new on this channel. And I want to make it more informative. Ask questions, you know. And these got some really serious questions to be asked. So I tell you what, why don't y'all like, comment, share, you know, give me some feedback as to what y'all think. If y'all like them, we'll do some more. And I am going to do that other video on that black hole though, once I find it again. All right, everybody, I'm out of here. Y'all have a safe and productive day.